Hi and welcome back, Lady Joyful here with the video for Sasayaki Glitter. This time I am making a shaker easel card, and this is actually the second video for this card. The first video shows the colouring in detail. Here I'm just very quickly whizzing through some of it, but if you want to see the colouring in more detail, there will be a link in the top right hand corner as well as in the description box down below to where you can find the colouring video for this card if you have missed it. The image I am using on this card is image number 121, which is also called the fairy, and there will also be a link to that down in the description box as well if you would like to get that for yourself. So as I said, I'm going to be making an easel card that is also a shaker card, and it is a round card as well, so a shaped easel shaker card. And I started out with my colouring and I die cut the image with a circle die. I also used my circle dies to create a frame from some yellow card because my colour scheme uses a lot of yellows, so I used some yellow card for my frame. And I'm applying some glossy accents all around the edge of the frame, and then I'm going to add my piece of acetate, which is cut with the largest of the circle dies that I used for making the frame, so I'll adhere those two together. I then had to add my image to a circle of white card because I'd actually cut the image too small. I'd cut it with the smaller circle from the frame rather than the larger one. It was an easy enough fix to attach it to a larger circle. Then I will add my foam tape. So at this point I'm just working on the shaker part, which is the front portion. The entire front portion of the card will be a shaker. So I have cut a long strip of foam tape, folded it in half so it's double thickness, and then I'm cutting a narrow strip off of it. It's about a third of the width. And actually my error with cutting my image kind of helped me out here because it gave me a track almost, so that I knew where I needed to put my foam tape, which made my life a lot easier. So I'm curving it round. I've taken the backing paper off the back and actually end up taking it off the other side of the tape as well, because it's much easier to manipulate the foam tape and turn it around the circular edge when there is no backing tape on it. The piece I had cut was not quite long enough, so I did cut another piece to fill in that gap. And when you're working with a shaker, you want to make sure the foam tape covers the entire area. You don't want any gaps at all, otherwise your shaker mix will escape. Having completed my shaker well, I'm going to start adding in my sequins. I had some little pearlescent flowers from my stash that I used up, and then I also added in some Simon Says Stamp sequins, which I believe is the Sunshine sequin mix. With the shaker complete, I'm going to start working on the mechanism of my easel card. So I have another circle of white card and I scored it twice, once at 1 centimetre down, and that portion is going to attach to the back part of the card. And then I also added a score line a bit further up from the bottom, which will attach to the front of the card. I actually end up doing that twice because initially I was thinking that line wasn't far enough back. I didn't think it was giving enough space to my easel, so I added a line further back to have a larger portion to be adhering to the front of the card. In hindsight, I think I should have just stuck with the original line I made because then the easel would stand up straighter, but it really doesn't matter either way. You can do it however you want to, and it doesn't matter that there's that extra line anyway because that's all going to adhere to the back of the shaker panel, so it will be nice and sturdy despite having the second line there. So then I'm going to use some tacky glue to adhere these pieces together. You want a nice strong glue here, and I will apply that to the smallest portion above the score line and adhere that piece to the yellow circle that's been the back piece of my card. And then I will put on the front side of the white circle below my other score line, I will put some more glue and then line my shaker panel up on top of that to adhere that into place. At this point I realised I hadn't added a sentiment. I had originally intended to stamp it inside my shaker, but as I had forgotten to do that, I changed my plan and I decided to add a die cut sentiment. So again, I used used that yellow card and I die cut a little hello sentiment that fits nicely in the space that I have there. So I used my glue pen to put glue on the back of that and adhered it just onto the acetate of my shaker. I then also decided to cut another circle of white to go inside my card to be the area to write on. So to make sure it fitted properly, I just trimmed a little bit off the top and slid it into place. Whilst that was drying, I worked on the element that would hold my easel portion up, which is just this little flower. I die cut 2 little flowers, the top of which is stamped on, and layered them together to give them a little bit of dimension. I'll then adhere this into place at the edge on that bottom portion of my card, and this just gives the easel portion something to lean against so it will stay up properly. And then that completes my shaped shaker easel card. Now you can see how it stands up when it's finished. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, you can click the like button below and you can leave me a comment down below as well to let me know what you thought. You can click on the bubbles on screen to subscribe to my channel and also the Sasayaki Glitter YouTube channel if you are not yet subscribed to those. There are also 2 other videos on screen that you may enjoy. Thank you so much for watching and I will see you in the next video. Bye!